This is the story of Revenge Served Cold, a quest that has been painstakingly restored and upgraded for Skyblivion with a plethora of immersive new changes which we will explore in this lore play. Northeast of the Imperial City in the Great Forest lies the small farm Folly, tucked snugly into the side of the mountain. Just south of the farm's homestead, we spy a lone Breton farmer, standing next to a gravestone adorned with a wreath of flowers. And approaching him, he says,
"Please, I implore you, help me avenge my wife's death."
To which we inquire, avenge her death? What happened?
Barely a week ago, I left Folly to go buy supplies as I usually do once a month. What a fool I was to leave my wife alone. The goblins must have been watching me, as they knew right when to strike. I could hear Kayleen's screams from far away. Those wretched beasts killed her. Filthy animals. Had I only been there to stop them.
I'm sorry, Corrick. How can I help?
I'll tell you how you can help. Kill those things, every last one of them. They destroyed everything I hold dear. In their greed, the creatures grabbed a jade amulet off of Kayleen's body. Bring me back that amulet so I may use it to remember her by.
We then promise her death will be avenged.
Exhausted Mine is not far to the southeast. Be careful. Its many twists and turns hide the goblin hordes.
We begin our search for the wretched goblin's lair in the Exhausted Mine. Heading south, we pause momentarily and gaze up to marvel at the beauty of the Imperial City, just a stone's throw from the horrors that befell this sleepy farm. It's then we spy by a stream a goblin ambling about next to a pike that has been laden with human skulls, no doubt as a ward to those who are foolish enough to dare approach. We then unsheath our sword and ready our shield. The sword, known as Debaser, seems to thrum to life with runes glowing an aqua hue in anticipation of the conflict to come. After defeating the goblins, we head inside the mine, expecting heavier goblin resistance, in search of Kayleen's amulet. As we enter the dimly lit gullet of the mine, we see the tracks and equipment in disarray. Whoever left here either sucked it dry of the minerals or left in a hurry. Already at a crossroads, we press forward, winding around the cavern's maze-like structure, which promises to disorient any unassuming interloper. It's not long before we discover a hole that is a formidable trip hazard, but instead press forward lest we find ourselves blind and in a bind we won't escape anytime soon. Deeper in the cavern, we see signs of life. It's then we're met with a goblin guarding a door. Foolishly, we didn't check our six as his ally sleuths into frame and joins the effort to end our intrusion. Inside, we find a spent works and boxes are littered about and either looted or broken, yet fires burn bright therein. Below, we're greeted with a volley of arrows. A lone goblin archer narrowly nicks out fire before our sword Debaser bites into his trapezoid and the goblin falls limp to the floor dead. We sheath our sword as we enter a large cavernous area, which boasts a waterfall in the center that bleeds into the pond below, no doubt once integral for the mining operation. It too has fallen into disrepair, however. We attempt to navigate the questionable scaffold and glimpse what appears to be a chest hidden in foliage by the wall. Willing to test our spelunking skills, we hop to it and claim our booty of a brass topaz ring, 26 gold, and 2 lockpicks. They call that a Khajiit special back home. Realizing we've just forfeited our way back up, we're forced to plunge deep into the unknown depths of the river below. However, the river reveals a sphincter-like recess, which is big enough for us to wriggle into. Shunting our dignity, we get to work, only to be met by a particularly grumpy slaughterfish, which we are forced to debase. Surfacing, we enter into a small cavern. Seemingly undisturbed, and on the south side lay a corpse of a treasure hunter next to a chest. Atop their shovel rests a dwarven helm for the taking, and inside said chest, another Khajiit special they were willing to starve for, unfortunately, as they weren't feline, too afraid to face the slaughterfish to find their way out perhaps. Sometime later, we find our way out and stumble into a cavern with a large bonfire in the center. We then turn our sights on the goblin by the wall, which is the Nether Boss, and as we approach, its lackey then moves in to overwhelm us with their numbers. However, we push through them for better footing, contending with the goblins one by one. The Nether Boss and his lackey, now corpses, face down with rump exposed, invites us to search its body for the amulet. We find tucked away Kayleen's jade necklace and head back to Harm's Folly to deliver Corrick the keepsake and forget the exhausted mind forever. There we find the farmer working his field in the setting sun. Pushing through his old gate, we greet him with the news and he asks,
"What news do you bring me from exhausted mine?" "Then it's finally done. The goblins have paid with their blood, and my wife's brutal slaying is avenged. You risked life and limb for a cause that wasn't your own. For that I'm grateful. Please, accept these gems as a token of my gratitude. They're all I have left of value, but you must have them. I insist. You will be included in my prayers forever. May the divines smile upon you."
And with that, our quest is done. Corrick's wife may rest easier, but his loss is great, and the wilderness has stirred of late, as if an impending danger is on the horizon. But that is just a small portion explored of one quest in Skyblivion. Stay tuned and subscribe for more Skyblivion content on the channel. I will be going through it quest by quest when it comes out, and link below in the description is how to stay up to date with the project. As always, thanks for watching. Thank you for all your hard work to the Skyblivion team, and until next time, Traveller.